Concerts in Los Angeles. Celebrate Latin alternative music with Bomba Estéreo and Rawayana at the Hollywood Bowl. The two bands recently worked together on a new album from their Astropical project, having already proven themselves as pioneers of Latin America's alternative scene. On the heels of a supergroup crossover between two Latin American bands pioneering eclectic music styles, Bomba Estéreo and Rawayana are coming together in support of their Astropical project with a performance at the Hollywood Bowl on Sunday, September 7th. Joining the two bands, who will also play together as Astropical, are openers Macario, Martínez, and Dry. Tickets currently start at $23. However, Grimy Goods will be giving away tickets. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on Instagram to be among the first to know when we drop the giveaway. Pioneering music and raising awareness. To call Bomba Estéreo leaders in Colombia's alternative scene would be a gross understatement. Since they began in 2005, the band's blend of genres, best described as psychedelic, became intrinsic to how they consistently raised the bar. They would strike gold early on with Fuego, a rousing electro-cumbia that took the world by storm in 2008. From there, albums such as Amanecer and AO would further boost the Bogotá-bred band's profile locally and internationally. For as innovative as their fusion of genres is, they're also known for their efforts to raise awareness around environmental issues. As artists from Colombia, their latest studio album, Deja, sought to challenge listeners by emphasizing the importance of being in tune with the world around you, whether it be the lyrics or in their approach to recording the album in Colombia's national parks. From there, their career would take off once again, with accomplishments ranging from their music being featured in commercials overseas to a Bad Bunny collaboration in the form of Ojitos Lindos. It would be easier to name the sounds Rawayana hasn't experimented with and go over every genre the four-piece has integrated into their music. Despite first making waves in the mid to late 2010s, the Venezuelan band has been making music since the aughts, their experience evident by the self-assured blending of sounds coming from pop, reggae, and everything in between. However, it is true that they've seen the most success since the beginning of this decade. Aside from the success found on previous albums like Trippy Caribbean, they skyrocketed onto the world stage thanks to their most recent project, Quien Trae las Cornetas. The album, featuring a psychedelic sound that effortlessly ebbed and flowed through funk and rock, among other genres, would get a boost thanks to an NPR Tiny Desk performance. Rawayana reached a new high when, earlier this year, they won the Grammy for Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album. While they had already garnered multiple Latin Grammy nominations and toured internationally, the accolade reaffirmed their place in Latin alternative music. 2025 marked a turning point for the two bands. With their respective careers leading them to the top of their game, it was only natural for them to collaborate, given their shared status as genre-bending bands making waves in Latin America and overseas. For years, Lee Samadov, Bomba Estéreo, wanted to work with Rawayana. When the chance finally presented itself in the form of Astropical, both sides collaborated on a smorgasbord of an album, bringing to the table reggae-tone inflections, Afrobeats, and electronica, among other styles. At the same time, their self-titled album serves as an opportunity to bring their home countries to the spotlight. While both collectives come from different cultures, the connective tissue between them, defined by a tendency to push the envelope and redefine what genre classification means for their fields, ultimately lets them make a stronger statement about representing together at a time when tensions are higher than they've ever been worldwide. Prepping to make the Hollywood Bowl a party. On their own, both bands would surely be enough to get the audience grooving. But with Bomba Estéreo and Rawayana joining forces, you'll want to make sure you get there in time to stand up with your dancing shoes on. Given the fact that the Sunday show starts at 7 p.m., getting to the amphitheater when the gates open at 5:30 p.m. is a good way of avoiding any rushing towards your seats. Further incentive for getting to the concert early? Pre-concert wine and beer tastings at 4 p.m. at the Plaza Marketplace, unless you plan to. Bring your own drinks and food. If you expect to get there closer to 6 p.m., you should be in the clear depending on your route. However, it's worth going over all your options ahead of time. The bowl has several alternatives, including shuttles and on-site and off-site parking. See there. Full rules here. With half a year of concerts and live shows ahead of you, the Hollywood Bowl has you covered for the rest of 2025. If you're looking for a similar double bill concert, Hiatus Coyote and Snarky Puppy will be playing on September 3rd. For a band with multiple dates at the venue, Chicago will take to the stage, complete